The reason we're here for, of course, is 400 years ago, the first astronomical telescope was used and it opened up human clients thinking on the universe by actually showing us what was really out there. And that's what we're going to celebrate tonight. When we get back out on the field and start looking through telescopes, we're going to thank this guy named Galileo for making that huge step. We always talk about the big step of mankind and stepping onto the moon. Well, first we had to understand that there was actually a moon to go to, and it was Galileo that did that. So that's what we're going to do. So spin. Galileo, and he was very much a Renaissance man. He not only invented the astronomical telescope, but he did a lot of other scientific work in his lifetime. Probably look at lifetime things like the Galileo thermometer, the studies on what became known as gravity. He was one of the leading components of trying to understand what was going on with gravity and in terms of gravity work out, amongst as many other things that he did. Of course, there was a bit of controversy with what he discovered once he started putting telescopes in the sky, because it's just actually amazing. It was a little bit hard to imagine after 400 years what life was like before there was a telescope, before there were microscopes and things like that that opened up the universe in the other direction. So Galileo actually he opened the door into a world that most people didn't even understand or even comprehend. And so there's a lot of resistance to what he actually uncovered. And one of the things that he uncovered, that's in there working away with this little telescope. Now you see quite a few telescopes out here at the moment. There probably aren't too many that look like that in terms of the mounting, this part here. But this part here is probably familiar to most people. In fact, that's what most people consider it to be, a telescope. Something that has a lens at the top end and an eyepiece down the other end that you look through. This is the sort of telescope that Galileo had to work with, and over and above the eye it was cutting edge. This was the Hubble Space Telescope of 1610, because there was no other telescope in 1610, so he was at the leading edge, and when he gazed upon the moon and Jupiter, he saw things that nobody else on this planet had ever seen before. They're quite an amazing achievement. We talk about Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, something that nobody else on the planet had ever done before. This guy did it basically from his backyard and ventured out into the universe. It's a very small telescope. As long as that is, the actual objective at the end was only quite small. Something that you can see your body in the shop these days. Right, simple drawing. Nobody on this planet had ever seen anything like this before. People have looked at the moon with their unaided eye, unaided eyes we call it, but they've never seen anything like this. There are these things here on the edge of the dark side of the moon, and so he must have been quite amazed when he actually first looked at the moon and saw these sort of features, which even in those days, before aircraft, before satellites, were features that you could relate to. If you lived in the area of actually with volcanoes, which he did, you lived in Italy, travelled down to Naples, you would see pictures that look like this, and there are other volcanoes in the Italian area. So you looked at that and you probably thought, well, yeah, these are the same sort of things that we see here on here. Now, I won't let you try and read all this, but this is some of the earliest observations that Galileo did of Jupiter. We're going to have a look at Jupiter tonight if you haven't already had a look at it. And pretty basic drawings. And so all the reason I pretended some of the drawings I did when I was 16 years old of the positions of the moons in relation to Jupiter. And prior to Galileo actually looking at Jupiter, nobody even knew that Jupiter had moons. And simple thing, there's the planet, and here's these stars that were seemed to be moving in unison with the planet, and they're there every night but in different positions. So first night, one out that side, two out that side. Next night, just one, and then one. And then next night, 1, 2, 3. And the same again nights. These 4 bright moons that orbit Jupiter, amongst the many other moons, are known as the Galilean moons, designed because he's the and by discovering that the planet Jupiter had bodies that were in orbit around it, and were therefore not in orbit around the Earth, was one of the things that actually broke down the whole geocentric concept of the universe that equivalent at the time. Geocentric meaning Earth-centered. Grab this off a little program. This is what we'll see tonight. And you look at that and see the names upside down. There's Jupiter. 1, 2, 3 moons out that side, one out there. This is what you should see in the telescope tonight when you go out and look at Jupiter. According to this little program, the great red spot should be visible as well, so that'll be interesting. Okay, now the next thing that Galileo had a look at was the sun. We didn't actually have a look at it because it's highly dangerous, even this time, even with this tiny little telescope, to look at the sun, unless you have the right sort of filters, and there's very, very special filters available for actually looking at the sun. The best way is to actually project it through the eyepiece out on a piece of white paper until it's in focus. And what Galileo did and what other solar astronomers have done for the last 100 years is project it on a piece of paper and trace and outline any features of things that they saw on the sun. Now prior to Galileo looking at the sun was considered pristine, perfect. Look at the sun, there were no blemishes, there were no obvious defects, it was just this perfect form or disk in the sky. But when Galileo first looked at the sun and found these sorts of things appearing on the face of the sun, there were many people who believed there was actually something wrong with this telescope. The only thing was, he actually was able to track these things over days and find that they're actually rotating across the disk of the sun, and found that the sun was actually rotating roughly 25-26 days over the equator. Eventually they found out that the sun, just like Jupiter, has a faster rotation than the poles. In this case, the equator of the sun is running across that way. This is in July 23rd, 1610, and you can see below there's quite a few sunspots. There's an awful lot more sunspots than you can see on the sun over there.